Welcome to the WrestleTalk News. I'm Quinnell. On Fridays, we wear our usual clothes. In yesterday's news video, I spoke about WWE and Warner Bros. Discovery and a potential deal between the two to bring Monday Night Raw to the network, as well as the ramifications of that potential deal not just for WWE, but for AEW as well, whose shows currently air on WBD's channels. Well, we have a ton more detail on what's been going on behind the scenes. As Dave Meltzer originally reported, WWE and WBD have begun meeting again after what was thought to be a dead deal, primarily because of CM Punk. PW Insider then reported that on Monday, TKO's Mark Shapiro, Triple H, and Nick Khan all met with WBD executive Bruce Campbell for several hours during the day, with Triple H then attending Raw later that day. House of Wrestling then reported that the vibe we've been given is that AEW is in danger of not being renewed by WBD for TNT or TBS. Crucially, this isn't necessarily that AEW could be done with WBD entirely, just that Raw would potentially take over the TNT or TBS slots, or AEW would move to Discovery. An interesting note in the House of Wrestling report, however, is that according to a WWE source, there's a chance that this meeting never happened, with the internal schedules of Triple H, Nick Khan, and Mark Shapiro not lining up or putting them together on Monday for the meeting. However, WWE execs were reported to potentially be kayfabing their schedules. If these talks have indeed happened, they are trying to be very secretive about it. Sean Ross Sapp also posted about this secrecy on X, saying that all he'd heard is speculation and chatter, nothing confirmed yet, but that those who would normally be in the know on both sides were being kept in the dark. But even if WWE are having these meetings and the winds might be blowing in favor of the bigger company right now, that doesn't mean it's all over for AEW. Tony Khan confirmed on the Final Battle media call that he spoke with WBD on Tuesday, which will be the day after the meeting with WWE, so there's every chance they're still in the running. And as has been mentioned before, WBD has higher priorities right now, like the NBA. And if the NBA rights end up costing them a fair chunk of change, how likely are they to fork out another fair chunk of change for WWE programming when they could get similar but slightly lower results from AEW for a fraction of the cost? Let's look at the ratings for this week's AEW Dynamite. It drew an average of 845,000 viewers, and importantly a .30 rating in the 18 to 49 demographic, while this week's Raw drew an average of 1.46 million viewers and achieved a .46 rating in the same demo. So yes, AEW Dynamite does draw less than Raw, but it also costs significantly less, with WWE reportedly looking for around $400 million per year, according to Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio. AEW would be looking for more money than before, for sure. They need an increase on their rights to really help them become profitable. But even so, it will almost certainly be for less money than what WWE are asking for. So if WBD stick with AEW, they'd be getting more bang for their buck, pardon the pun, with a potentially bigger return on investment. So what's next? We sit and wait to see where the chips fall where they may. I'm genuinely really intrigued by how all of this is playing out. Right, it's Survival Series next week. I know I can win, but only if Tempest doesn't ask me anything about the last couple of years of the AEW versus WWE rivalry. I don't know anything about that, and I especially don't know anything about Triple H's new WWE role, CM Punk joining and leaving AEW, or AEW Collision.
How am I supposed to prepare for tables, lists and chairs when there's so much else going on in the world? WWE's legal battles, mergers, CM Punk joining AEW, Tony Khan's struggles to control his company and so much more. If only someone had written all this information down somewhere so I don't have to think about it all the time.
If only they knew. WrestleTalk's brand new book, WWE vs. AEW The Fallout, offers a front row seat to the ceaseless drama, the pulse-pounding excitement, and the monumental shifts that have unfolded in the war between WWE and AEW over the past 18 months. Picking up where WWE vs. AEW The New War left off, this anthology of articles from the pages of the WrestleTalk magazine gives you fresh insights and perspective into the battle between the two companies that you simply cannot get anywhere else. It's It's the ultimate collector's item for those who want to remember this unprecedented time in wrestling history. Use the link in the description below to get your copy now.
I don't get it.
Now, while AEW's future on WBD looks to be uncertain, the one angle the company has managed to garner fan intrigue with is the ongoing AEW Devil saga. For months now, we've seen MJF's Devil mask being sported by unidentifiable goons, with each week seeing a new victim. With each week that passes, it seems our list of suspects grows smaller, but there has been one currently absent name that many have theorized could be the one behind the entire thing, or at least involved in some fashion. The Jungle Man himself, Jack Perry. And he earned the promotion from boy to man when he did the impossible and brought CM Punk back to WWE, allegedly. Now, Perry has been absent from our screen since All in London, and the previously alluded to backstage altercation with Punk. However, reports have suggested that his suspension has actually been up for a while now. While his absence from all the devil shenanigans was enough to draw suspicion on his involvement, a major tease from this week's Dynamite had many even more convinced that Perry is indeed the culprit. That's, of course, the use of real glass in the backstage attack on Hangman Page, which happens to be Perry's brand of choice. The attack, which saw Page put through a car windshield, echoed the spot from Perry's match with Hook at All In. And given the infamy around the whole real glass fiasco, surely that was a big old nudge that Jungle Jack was indeed back on TV this whole time. Well, not quite. While creative plans could always change, Fightful Select has revealed that a high-level AEW source was of the belief that Perry was not involved in the angle whatsoever, despite the apparent tease. It's been reported in the past that the identities of the people under the masks at present are in fact those who will eventually be revealed to be involved. A crucial detail that has seemingly ruled out a fair few names, such as the injured Adam Cole, and prospective new signings like Mustafa Ali, Dolph Ziggler, etc., as they are only just about to be set to be allowed to compete elsewhere following their releases from WWE in September. While again, this could change and AEW could plant any one of these names into the roles nearer the time, it does beg the question of who the hell is actually left to take the role. Is it actually MJF after all? Quite possibly at this rate. Let us know your best and or sillier suggestions down in the comments below, where I'll be telling you it's Kyle O'Reilly. While we're on the topic of those released WWE stars, as mentioned, it's almost time for the names who were let go from the company to be allowed back into the wild and competing wherever they please once again. While many have yet to announce their moves just yet, we have seen a few already dip their toes back in the water, with Dolph Ziggler being announced for a match at Puerto Rican promotion World Wrestling Council's Euphoria event on January 20th. Ziggler has also been advertised for another appearance for MCW Pro Wrestling on February 4th, alongside fellow WWE release Matt Riddle. Now we can add another name to that list, as former Hit Row member Top Dollar's first post-WWE appearance has now been announced. Competing once again under his real name of AJ Francis, he's been announced for GCW's Look at Me event on January 26th. Francis had previously competed in GCW prior to returning to WWE last year, and interestingly won't be the only name from the latest round of talent cuts to feature on the same show. Former Maximum Male model Mansoor is also set for Look at Me, as well as AEW star Andrade El Idolo. There's sure to be many more updates to come on the next moves for all the ex-WWE talent, so make sure to stay locked to WrestleTalk.com for updates. Sticking with WWE, and tonight's SmackDown will of course see the return of your tribal chief Roman Reigns to TV for the first time since Crown Jewel on November 4th, which was only his fourth televised WWE match since WrestleMania. While Reigns looks set to skip Elimination Chamber in February, he is set to appear at the Royal Rumble, where it's looking like he will perhaps defend his Uwu title against the recently returning Randy Orton, before finally losing to Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania, which will definitely be happening this year. Please. While this proves absolutely nothing, Reigns could be set to take more time off following Mania 40 if the poster for the first PLE post-Mania, Backlash 2024 from Lyon, France, is anything to go by. The poster currently features Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Randy Orton, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, with no Reigns in sight. While this doesn't necessarily confirm that Reigns won't appear, it does at least suggest that to be the case. And even so, Reigns skipped plenty of PLEs this year as champion, so it also doesn't confirm that he will be losing at WrestleMania, but maybe he will. I'm certainly going to take it that way anyway, because I need all the reassurance I can get, to be quite honest. Speaking of soon-to-be Uwu champion Cody Rhodes, despite the loss to Roman, it's safe to say that aside from the loss to Roman, he's had a pretty solid year in 2023. However, there was perhaps one unfulfilled hope from 2023, and it pertained to his feud with Brock Lesnar. Around the build to SummerSlam, it was rumored that WWE could be bringing back the Texas Bull Rope stipulation for Cody and Brock's final encounter. Yet this didn't come to pass in the end, despite seeming perfect for it, and it was just a regular match. So naturally, eventually, all hope of ever seeing that match in WWE kinda went out of the window. Until now, because bafflingly, out of nowhere, it's been announced that Cody will in fact tick the bull rope match off his 2023 bucket list as he competes in the rare stipulation against current rival Shinsuke Nakamura. But the kicker is, unless you're attending the December 26th WWE Holiday Tour show from New York's Madison Square Garden, you're not gonna see it. Why does WWE do this kind of thing? I don't know. But hey, good for Cody and good for anyone going to MSG on Boxing Day. Let us know if Cody bleeds or not. And hey, it's coming up to the end of the year and we made some wild predictions for 2023 at the tail end of last year when Ollie and Luke launched the 3-count series. So this year, we've gone back to look at their 2023 predictions, see what they got right and what they got wrong. It's a really fun episode. Go check it out.